first hole. I met up with the guys, some friends. We got a good spot here. So this will determine if it's going to be a good spot. That's odd. The sound was, well, the numbers were 66 to 72 on the AT Pro, which should have been a Civil War bullet. But that's cool. Hole 2, another good signal. Modern bullet. Let's try this again. 70s. Surely it's not another piece of iron. No, it's nothing. It almost makes it easier when there's really nothing in there. It's right there. Oh, look at that. I think it's just a standard old roofing nail, but could be something better. This is a good signal. I see what it is now. It is a spoon, a fork. It is a knife. Silver plated. Butter, 1 each. I guess if I needed some butter on my biscuit, I'd come out here and do it. That's pretty cool, huh? Got a little zigging right there. Looks nice. All right, I think I got a bullet. No. Yeah, it is. That's lead, but I don't understand why it's deteriorated so much. This ground is very hot. Literally, physically, chemically, historically. So there's my first bullet. Can't. I don't know. I've shown you this before, but it's really important to dig a hole right next to where what you're looking for is. That way you get to experience using your pen pointer more than once. Where'd it go? We're down to concrete. There it is. Modern. Now this could be CWR. I'm just not sure. Copper. 1 nail. I'm not sure. Oh, CWR, Civil War related. Nothing written on it. There's a bunch of this in the ground, which looks like pieces of asbestos. So this could be asbestos related. I'll talk to it later and find out. It's funny, I'm taking a break because it's so hot. I guess as I get a little older, I sweat a little more. I've never been a heavy sweater or wore heavy sweaters. I remember the last time I sweated a whole lot was when I was being born, and I came out an absolute mess. I was so hot. But since then, today seems to be the worst. So many options, so much grass. It's been about 2 hours since I talked to you. And I believe this is an early valve stem. And correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen people dig these and say they were Model A, Model T valve stems, but is that just a every truck stem or tractor valve stem? I don't know. But there's Chris over there. I found a bullet finally. Looks like somebody was trying to kill this tree. .68 72. This is absolutely 100% going to be a Civil War bullet. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. If I'm wrong, then it's not going to be a Civil War bullet. That's a shovel. Hang on. Don't call me out on it yet. And by the way, this is undetected. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's even better. I don't even know what to say. When you're heading to that tree, always stop and pluck out the head stamps, because they are well worth it. And if there's not one in there, just get the aluminum stuff out, because one day when there's nothing left to dig, that's going to be a treasure. And when you make it to the tree, go ahead and get in here and get the International Harvester gas cap. They're a lot lighter without the dirt in them. Check this out. It is a Civil War bullet made into a sinker. A fine one too, because they got China on it. That's one of the best examples I've seen of early Americana lead-on. He better have some bullets in his pocket. He goes a killdeer. I've seen a few killdeer eggs that hatched already. I feel like I've been through the desert on a horse that they didn't know what to call.
You have something good for us.
We're all we're coming down here to count his bullets, and he said he's got something better.
He said he was going to try to look like Bruce Springsteen for your videos today.
I know, he's got the right idea. Or that lady off that Xanadu movie. Alright, so
I can't believe it. I put the plug out and there it was.
holy smokes, man.
Where'd you find that?
Nice. Can I touch it?
Yeah. Can you put it in his pocket?
Yeah, see if it fits in here. Congratulations,
Yeah,
that is awesome. I got a 45. I thought, man, it's got to be a button. And it is. But it is not a button like what I'm looking for. No signals, but I want to show you something. I brought you here before, but the water was over the banks. First National Bank and a second. That's amazing. I mean, this thing was raging. There's a million little black tadpoles. They're everywhere. They just dot this whole thing. Chris is up there somewhere. It's a pretty unique creek. It's all clay bottom, just sheets. So if there's any bullets or anything, they're just sitting here. So far, they're not sitting anywhere. So here's my first iron signal. There it is. So if I was a Civil War bullet, I'd get hung up right here. I wouldn't even come over this. I'd just stop on the other side. Well, I don't know if I want to get in that deep. I've got on my short mucks. That looks like ankle sinker right there. It's weird, it's like the clay just turns away and it turns to dirt again. God, there's a lot of nice looking brim in there. One bass. I made it. I took the bank. So far, my feet are still dry. Other than standard issue sweat. Whew, that was a close. So now, let's see what it turns into. A little mud clay mix. Maybe this is the spot. So far, not a signal. But this is some kind of slick bottom. Fish are going nuts. Every now and then, there goes a little bass right there. Can you see it? Yeah, that one. Just stopping. Chasing all these little bait minnows. Here's this lake, the clay swimming hole. Hey, look, there's the tire drop. I guess when you drive down the road, if you get a spare or flat and you gotta replace your tire. Holy smokes, that's a lot of tires. I guess the title can be Clay Falls, Alabama. The search for the Civil War relic. So I don't fall down. Pretty neat, isn't it? So far, nothing. But standing here, I do see that. .30-06, what do you think? Early military round? I don't know either. Man, that mosquito's on me. I find it hard to believe too. It's actually a dropped 270 Winchester. I do not own a 270. So I'm not familiar with that itty bitty teeny weeny bullet at the end of that neck down thing, but we'll harvest nonetheless. This is so satisfying. Isn't it? I mean, I could just stand here all day. It would take another 1,000,000 years for all this to fall on its own. So I'm just kind of helping. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't believe that. Hogwash. You can see the pieces that are ready to go. One more flood and they'll be out. I know. I've left you unsatisfied. I wondered on this whole walk, where are the alligators? and where the tortoise turtles. There it is. I'm a little lonely. I'm gonna completely leave it alone. So it's waiting for a fish to come. Pretty little camouflage. I've only sat around that long once for moss to grow on me. Oh, there's a fish. I'd love to see it catch a fish. Okay, Julie. Tell me, that's got to be that side. And that's got to be that side. Right? That's, oh, I'm getting ate up with mosquitoes and I sprayed myself too. Still nothing. This is my third 22 round I've dug. This one is complete. Believe it or not, you could probably polish that up with some, not Miracle Grow, Miracle Eraser, and that joke would shoot. I just dug this. It was a high 80s. It was not an iron sound. And it's absolutely crumbling. You can almost squeeze it all to pieces in your hand. What do you think? Let me give it the old Testarulo again. 81, 82. So I wonder what that is. It's brass, my guess. I don't know what it might have hooked to. We'll harvest. I got a perfect 72 right here. There's more cow bones over there. Perfect 72. This should be a infield. This should be a three ringer. I think I saw it. There it is. Finally. Sure is. Holy smokes. I was fully convinced that every soldier that fought in the battle around here was naked. It's not a three ringer. It's an infield, I believe. They were absolutely stone cold naked. One guy had a gun with about 20 rounds because that's all that's been found. But yet the story goes there were thousands. But yet they were naked because there's no coats, buttons. Look at that, finally. Ha, I'm excited, can you tell? I gotta do a signal here. I gotta get some, I'm gonna put some, you know those rubber exercise mats or those cushy ones and put around the edge of this because every time I put it down, I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Plus, if we're in the river, that thin piece of plastic just feels like it's gonna break every time a current grabs it. So, I need to make a little bumpers for it like a cell phone. I think it's a can and I just slipped off of it. Or either it's a belt plate. Well, then you should have dug a better plug, man. You wouldn't poke a hole in it. Who's holding the shovel? What is it in the ground? Yeah, it was so. Ooh, we're close. Dig around it. Early Venus. Finished Sausagana. I got back to wagon. I'm not done. But I wasn't even paying attention. That's a solid base. So my first thought is one of the 70-something variations of an infield with still a piece of the rosewood inside, but no. Now I looked at it closer, and the rings are a lot different than your standard issue 3-ringer. This is what I was told by James in Georgia, a Confederate rifle 3-ringer. And there's different calibers of 3-ringers too. So I think this is a Williams cleaner type 3. They only had 2 rings, and when this hit right there, obviously it jammed, it crushed it and seeded the cleaner part. And you want to see something interesting? These are big, right? Those are big. There's the 270. That's all you get off 270. But what you're doing with the 270 is getting speed. These jokers are getting knocked down and limb loss. Then you have the 2.2. Let me show you something awesome. Now, I didn't find this where I am, of course. I found this with Zach. There's a serious horsefly issue around my face. Here is the 69 caliber 3-ringer. Look at that beast compared to those. Now I know it's crushed and it widens it open a little bit, but even if that thing was in its nice circle format, it's like near twice as big as that. 1 in 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3 12s. That's 1/4. I'm doing some arithmetics. Let's go dig a hole. I got a nice solid 80s right here. No iron. The first partial plug is just to remind me how to use a shovel. Second and third are to actually find what I'm looking for. Oh man, I saw glass, and then it occurred to me this was going to be amazing, and it is. Clorox. I got a perfect 81 right here. I don't know really what the odds are of finding another Clorox. I knew it was slim. That's nice. That's just folding metal. That's a good solid 80, 81. That's a dime sound, but I can't get in here. Gravel and concrete. What's that? That's lead. So that's what it was. Actually, that is aluminum.